Episode 28. The message. After midnight sunlight that slid through Adrian's blinds the next morning didn't feel gentle. It sliced across the apartment like a spotlight, forcing Maya to blink awake and squint at the unfamiliar ceiling. For a few seconds, she just listened. The low hum of the city outside, the distant hiss of the espresso machine Adrian had insisted was vital to survival, the quiet rhythm of his footsteps in the kitchen, normal sounds. Comforting sounds, and yet, that message still buzzed in her memory like static. Sometimes checkmate isn't the end. It's the invitation to start a new game. Maya groaned and rolled over, grabbing her phone from the coffee table. No new texts, no strange numbers, no sign of the architect's ghostly fingerprints, just Adrian's name on her screen, with a new message time-stamped at 7:45 a.m. Coffee or tea, or both? Since I'm bad at decisions. A small smile curved her lips. She typed back. Surprise me. Just not with poison. And no promises, he replied. She laughed softly, then tossed the phone aside and pulled on the oversized hoodie draped over the armrest. It smelled faintly like him, citrus and coffee and danger she wasn't supposed to miss. When she padded into the kitchen, Adrian was leaning against the counter, pouring coffee into 2 mugs. His hair was damp from a shower, his sleeves pushed up, and the sunlight turned his eyes a softer brown than usual. Morning, sunshine, he said without looking up. Morning, caffeine supplier, she replied. Do I get breakfast too? Or just liquid hope? I made eggs. They're edible this time, I think. You think? I tested one. He slid a plate toward her. I lived. That's good enough proof. She bit into a forkful and pretended to inspect it critically. I give it a solid 7. Maybe 7.5 if you bribe me. He leaned on the counter, smirking. What's the bribe rate these days? Depends, she said, sipping coffee. How classified is the next secret you're hiding from me? His smile faded just slightly, but she caught it. That flicker of guilt, of something unspoken. Maya set her mug down. Adrian, about last night's message. I traced a number, he said before she could continue. It's a burner. No digital footprint. But the wording checkmate, that's deliberate. Like someone wants us to think the architect's still out there, she said. Exactly. She crossed her arms. So what do we do? Just sit and wait for a second explosion? Another anonymous riddle? Adrian hesitated, then said softly. We live. We don't let it own us again. She looked at him, searching his face for conviction. And you really believe that? He met her gaze. I need to. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Maya exhaled slowly. Okay, we live, but we also stay cautious. Deal. He smiled, small but genuine, and she realized how long it had been since she'd seen that look on his face. The rest of the morning passed in something almost resembling normal life. Maya sat curled on the couch, laptop open, trying to finish an article she owed her editor. Adrian worked at the table, typing notes into some reports for his security team. Every so often, their eyes met, and one of them would smile like it was a secret. By noon, Maya stretched her arms above her head. I'm starving. There's food in the fridge, Adrian said without looking up. You mean mystery takeout from 3 nights ago? It's still technically food. I want pancakes. He looked up, amused. Again? Yes, they're my emotional support carbs. He laughed, closed his laptop, and grabbed his jacket. Fine. Diner run? Diner run. They walked through the city streets side by side, the autumn air cool and bright. Maya tugged her hoodie closer as a bus whooshed past, scattering leaves. Feels weird, she said after a while. What does? This, being outside without checking over my shoulder every 3 seconds, Adrian nodded. I know. She glanced up at him. You don't miss it, do you? The adrenaline? The chase? He smiled faintly. I think I've had enough near-death experiences for a lifetime. Good, she said. Because I'd rather not explode again. Agreed. They turned the corner and stepped into the little diner where half the tables wobbled and the air always smelled faintly like syrup and nostalgia. The waitress, Ruby, waved from behind the counter. Well, look who's back from the dead, Ruby said with a grin. 2 coffees and your usuals? Make mine extra syrupy, Maya said. Adrian added. And less burn this time. Ruby winked. No promises, sugar. When she walked off, Maya leaned in. She flirts with you, you know. Adrian blinked. Ruby? She calls everyone sugar. Uh-huh. Maya said. Sure, jealous. She rolled her eyes. Of a woman who deep fries everything. Please. He grinned. You're cute when you lie. Careful, she warned. I throw pancakes when provoked. Their food arrived with extra syrup and a side of Ruby's knowing smile. As they ate, Maya noticed a folded newspaper on the counter. Headline bold and dark. Her stomach tightened. Adrian, she whispered, nodding toward the paper. He followed her gaze, jaw tightening. Unaccounted for, he murmured. That's convenient. You think it's him? I think it's someone who wants us to think that, Adrian said carefully. But either way, we stay alert. Just when I was starting to enjoy pancakes again, she muttered. He reached across the table, fingers brushing hers. Hey, you're safe. We're safe. The warmth in his voice made her chest ache in the best way. She nodded slowly. I know. But deep down, she wasn't sure she believed it. That afternoon, they returned to the apartment. Maya was curled up on the couch again when Adrian's phone rang. He frowned, checked the screen, and excused himself to the balcony. She couldn't hear the conversation, but his expression shifted from curiosity to tension to something darker. When he came back, she sat up. What is it? Work, he said too quickly, Adrian. He hesitated, then sighed. There's been another data breach. Small, contained, but the signature looks familiar. Her pulse spiked. The architect? I don't know yet. She stood. So it's starting again. He stepped closer, voice calm but firm. No, we're not jumping to conclusions. It could be a copycat, a fragment of his old code, or it could be him, she said, frustration bubbling. You keep trying to protect me from the truth, Adrian, but maybe I deserve to hear it. He met her eyes. You're right. You do. The honesty in his tone disarmed her. He continued quietly. I spent years living like everyone was an enemy. You made me remember what it's like to breathe. If this is starting again, I won't let it pull you back in. Not this time. Her anger softened. You can't protect me from everything. Maybe not, he said, but I can try. The silence that followed was thick with emotion. Then Maya whispered, You're impossible. I've been called worse. She laughed, tension easing slightly. Fine, but if you're going to drag me into another mystery, I want better snacks this time. He smiled. Deal. Night fell quietly, the city lights flickering like stars. Adrian sat at his desk, eyes fixed on his laptop screen. Lines of code glowed against the darkness, and somewhere in the maze of data, a small pulse blinked, faint but familiar. Maya appeared behind him, holding 2 mugs of cocoa. Found something? He hesitated, then nodded. Maybe. A trace signature. Looks like a return ping from an encrypted IP, only it's bouncing off half the world's servers. Meaning? Meaning whoever sent that text knew exactly how to cover their tracks. She handed him a mug. So we're not done. He looked at her, tired but smiling. Seems not. She leaned against the desk, watching him. You ever wish we'd never met? Every day, he said softly. Right before remembering I don't mean it. Her breath caught. Smooth, Mr. Secret Agent. Honest, actually. For a while, they just stared at each other, the world outside forgotten. Then Maya smiled. If this is another game, we play it, Adrian said, reaching for her hand. But this time, we will play together. Outside, a soft breeze rustled through the night. Somewhere in the distance, a phone buzzed, a faint echo of a new message waiting to be read. Neither of them noticed. Not yet. But the game, it seemed, was far from over.